It may seem like a strange thing to be talking about at the opening of a brand new year, and happy 2025. I hope it's a really great year for you. It's going to be a great one for me, I can feel it. But it does seem like an odd thing to talk about escaping shadows. But human beings, we're not a one-stop shop, okay? We are a huge conglomerate, a huge amalgamation of different experiences and beliefs, some of which are our own, others we have inherited from other people. And there are many things that we do out of a sense of defense or protection. But I honestly feel now that the very, very best way to live is proactively. In the last few days, and including this evening, I was feeling a little bit restless, and I was, at the end of last year, so literally a few days ago, I did the first training session on my home gym equipment that I've done in a long time. And I was feeling a bit restless this evening, and I was waiting until tomorrow to actually, to let my muscles recover and all this kind of stuff. But I just thought, no, I've got to do it now, because I want to experience what it feels like to actually go out and face the gym equipment, and to do so in a completely non-perfectionistic way. It doesn't matter really what you do when you go to the gym. What you're looking to do is actually overcome any kind of anxiety or procrastination, because it's 10 years ago now that I did my series of seminars with a company called Success Resources, which was founded by a chap called T. Harv Eker. And he's come up with a handful of useful phrases. And one of them is how you do anything is how you do everything. And if you can overcome your resistance or your fear or your anxiety over various things, if you can do that in one area of your life, you can translate that principle into all of the other areas of your life, whether it is your health and fitness, your relationships, your creativity, your productivity, starting your own business, all of these different things. If you can overcome one area, well, then that is a lesson to yourself that, well, I can do this wherever I want to. And it requires that you just experiment, nobody, even if somebody tells you, well, this is the perfect workout routine, this is the perfect way to advertise your business. Well, the thing is, what they're actually saying in a roundabout way is that's what's worked for them. And of course, there are principles and lessons you can take from that, but nobody is ever going to be able to tell you how you work, how you do things, the ways that work the best for you. Nobody can tell you that. And most people can't tell themselves that because they're not willing to try. And I've always said that before bravery, before consistency, before principle, you have to be willing to do it. And I'll tell you what, I didn't actually train this evening for that long, but it was high intensity, it was lower reps, higher weights, and that kind of squeeze is the sense of satisfaction that you can feel in everything that you do. And what you have to do, and it sounds like a contradiction, but you have to put yourself out there. You have to do things as soon as you can possibly do them. Avoid procrastination as much as you possibly can. But at the same time as being really proactive, you also have to be patient. And I think that's what gets most people, is that maybe it's going to take a year or 5 or 10 to get exactly where it is that you dream of being. And a lot of people, myself included at various points, are just too impatient, and also aren't acknowledging all of the things that they've already done. This is something that I am focusing on a daily basis, is telling myself, well, okay, today feels like a bit of a shit day, what have I actually already done? What have I actually already achieved? Look at how I did that. Look at the fact that I did do it. That is the way to escape the shadows of your self-doubt, of not believing in yourself and not believing in the process. I've said at all of the stages of my entrepreneurial journey that you have to embrace the messiness of it. You can't do it neatly, much as I tell you what, much as I have tried. You can't do any of this stuff neatly. Some days are going to be better than others. Some days you're going to feel like doing it more. You're going to be in a flow state of things. You're going to feel really inspired. But this is where the patience comes in. There are some days that aren't going to feel that brilliant. There are some days that you might put a post out on Twitter and somebody might come back with a really unpleasant remark and it kind of, is a bit of a jolt. But that is the stuff that you have to overcome. And alongside willingness, another key trait that you have to adopt if you're going to make genuine progress is resilience. And there are some times that you can really take some knocks and you just think, oh God, nobody cares. This is completely useless. And I'll be honest, I felt like that yesterday. And I got into bed last night. Well, actually, it wasn't last night. It was very, very early this morning. And honestly, my head was just completely fucked. It really was. I felt really quite down, and I was thinking about my ex-boyfriend, and I was thinking about the various goals that I have, and that I felt so far away from them, and I felt actually really, really upset. And I let the tears just stream, and I actually expressed all of the things that I was angry about, and people saying talking to yourself is the first sign of madness. No, I'm definitely of the school that, sometimes it's the only way of guaranteeing a rational and lucid response to things. And you have to admit where you are, to confront, to release ghosts or escaping shadows. You have to face things head on and say, well, okay, look, for better or for worse, this right now is how I feel. I can't deny it, because the more that you deny whatever it is that you think or feel, the further down you're going to push it, and eventually it just explodes back in your face. So you have to be willing and resilient enough to say, oh, I feel like shit and I just can't be bothered. And the thing is, once you do it and you wake up in the morning and think, okay, I'm still here, I'm still alive, there's another day, another opportunity to grasp, to seize, and you can do it. But that's why I keep saying I honestly think, this is why it's so important that you ask for help in whatever way that is. And this year is absolutely the year that I want to work with as many people as possible in order to actually help you, to help yourself overcome all of these challenges, to escape the shadows, to confront your demons, confront your ghosts, thank them for helping you along the way, and then to actually get down to the work that we all need to do if we want to achieve the greatness that you and I know we are capable of. But you have to keep going, and you have to indulge in the positive habits. And I am now at over 5 weeks without any alcohol, and of course I feel brilliant. But it's something I'm reminding myself of on a daily basis, how much energy I have now compared to a month and a half ago when I was drinking 2 bottles of wine a day and thinking, oh yeah, I can handle this. And think, no, you can't. It's amazing what you can convince yourself of. But 5 weeks in of no alcohol whatsoever, better energy, better sleep, more money, better focus, all of these great things that come with not doing the things that you know are damaging for you and starting to shift from those destructive habits, and you need positive ones to replace them with, start really thinking about what it is that you want to do, and then sit yourself down, or sit yourself down with me and figure out, well, how am I actually going to do this? And believe me, the answers are there, but do not be held back by the shadows and the ghosts or regrets of your past. Focus on what it is that you can do today and keep doing that on a daily basis. And you'll be amazed at the results, and will feel so good from doing the things that really lift you up, inspire you, and make your heart sing with joy. Happy New Year.